episode, we're traveling to Europe, Africa, and Asia with Andres and Emily Salgado, travel people who in part one took us to Costa Rica. Today obviously our focus is Costa Rica, but just to talk a little bit about some of their other experiences, and part of that was because of work. Some of that has been because of work. So Emily's a textile designer, and you are your official title.
I work in IT as a product manager. Yeah, and so I think through work I've been lucky to travel to different places. But I think one of the favorite places I've been to was where we got engaged.
Yeah, but I want to hear the story, because that was in a pretty cool place.
Yes. We had a work trip in Europe and had decided to visit Switzerland for a few days. We landed in Zurich and then made our way to Zermatt, which was south of Switzerland, like hitting Italy. Beautiful place. You can only get there to that town through a train. You have to park your car. So kind of remote. Yeah. And it's just beautiful. I think Switzerland is one of our favorite places. Beautiful hikes. Just so many different things to look there. But that engagement trip, I decided to do hang gliding in one of the cities in the morning.
Yeah, it was very low key engagement.
Just typical for y'all, bungee jumping, hang gliding.
Yes, and then we went to one of their parks. With a beautiful hike, beautiful lake.
Yes, in Interlaken, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. And then I just got really nervous.
I was nervous all the way, yeah. And but
you proposed after a hike. It was really...
And then, it was very exciting. But I don't know what other places would you say are top of your list?
Well... this was after a trip that we took to see Cindy in Morocco, and which was incredible. That was definitely probably like the most different place that we had been to on a trip together. That was so much fun.
That was fun.
That was so
fun that y'all were there.
Yeah. I'm so glad we did that.
Yeah, I'm too. I really wanted to share that.
I think that was the coolest, like the most unique trip that we've done together for sure. And
definitely.
And we did Venice. Like we went to like Paris and Venice and Rome and very romantic places. So when people ask me if I was surprised in the engagement, it kind of was a surprise. Like we've been to other pretty cool places and no ring. So this time it's a little different. So that's a very special place to us for that reason.
Right. And Portugal, Spain, like those has a lot of places that we really enjoyed. When we went to Seattle, we also decided to go to Vancouver, and up there in Whistler, Canada, we took a really nice hike. That was beautiful. But U.S., New Mexico, pretty much. I haven't counted the number of states, but many different areas where you can find really good places for hiking, for food.
Because you all do, you like the beach and the mountains, so that's a hard, call for a lot of people. You like both.
And we live in Atlanta. We love to visit Savannah. It's a beautiful town, and the beach is right there too.
Emily went to school in Savannah, and then she's done like China, Turkey, with her work.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. It was right. I think, China was my first trip, and I said, I'm moving to China. That's it. This is so great. Everything was so different. I just felt so alive. It was just so exciting. But I think India ended up being my favorite place to go to.
I want to get there.
And Egypt. I loved going to Egypt as well.
Egypt, yeah, that would be amazing for sure.
That was really nice. So yeah.
So we're gonna.
Cindy, what is your favorite place?
Oh, my favorite. Oh, well,
I know Morocco has such a special place.
Morocco will always be just it's just, I spent 2 years and go back every chance I get. But I love Switzerland. Switzerland is so gorgeous.
I mean, you literally feel like you're in a postcard. You think this isn't real.
It's clean
dream.
and beautiful, and the air, and and of course I've always loved Italy, and
you can't choose.
Places. It's really hard to choose. It is. But so the last thing, tell them at what point your daughter got a passport.
I think she was about 3 months or 4 months old when she got it, and we will have to share the picture because it's pretty funny.
I think that's like great.
Don't mess with me picture.
It is.
Like
I'm surprised we haven't been pulled to the side because of her picture. She looks like such a little boss baby with her little bald head and her grimace. We struggled getting the picture. I will say that.
But you've had some great tips about just if you do travel with a small child, what is in your Mary Poppins bag that you pull out? What do you have to have?
You have to have a lot of patience, and we just brought a lot of toys, books, all kinds of gadgets.
Yeah.
She loves clocks. I mean, we just have a child who loves clocks, so we made sure to have some of those. There's some fun hacks online, like bringing Post-its that they can put on and off the windows. So
yeah, I like
and
that.
traveling at night, that was key, so that she's asleep as much as possible.
Great idea.
And headphones, I really like the headphones. I think
For noise canceling.
For noise canceling. Like if she's sleeping, then that helped too.
Yes, and there's always someone talking a little loud, really close to you as soon as she falls asleep. So that's been a lifesaver.
Well, I'm so, I've been a teacher for decades, but there is absolutely nothing more educational than travel. And I'm just so glad that she's out there, and I, just challenge everybody to take those little ones, because they will adjust and they'll learn. And I really believe that so many of the problems in the world right now, that if we would just meet people from other places, it's all about people, just meeting face to face, seeing how people do things differently. And I always come back, with new ideas, things I want to try at home. And that's just kind of how we grow and change and feel alive. Like that's come up a lot, because there's nothing where I feel more alive than when I'm traveling. So, well, thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you so much. This was so fun.
Thank you, Cindy.
Since talking Costa Rica and beyond, Andres, Emily, and Evelyn have been very busy. They did a trip to Rome, the Amalfi Coast in Tuscany with Emily's family, did a gender reveal in Costa Rica. Evelyn's going to be a big sister to a little sister, and the three did a trip to one of their favorite family vacation spots, Destin, Florida, as they await new baby. Thanks so much for joining. We hope we've inspired you to travel more and travel farther. And please, if you haven't, hit the subscribe button for more travel inspiration. And check out part 1 if you missed it on Costa Rica. Thank you all. Bye-bye.